Hey everyone, I'm Jay,
I'm Colin.
and this is Star
It's
Wars
Star Wars
Conversations.
Conversations. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Hey, how's it going, Cole? You alright?
Yeah, it's going good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's summertime, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it has been kind of summerish this week, I suppose.
Been more summer than usual.
Yeah, it has. We're over here in old Blighty. I mean, everywhere else in the world's got a heat wave right now, but not us. We just get kind of summer.
Yeah, but at least we don't have Nazi hate marches and things like that. So,
Don't we?
well, we haven't had one this week.
Uh,
Anyway,
yeah.
let's talk
So,
about Star Wars, Tom.
well, that's why we're here, isn't it?
That's why we are here, having a little Star Wars conversation.
Our late night Thursday Star Wars conversation.
I'm liking this. It's
I'm liking
much more
this.
relaxed, isn't it?
It's a lot more what?
A much more relaxed time to do it.
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
chill, rushing around.
And now our faces for radio are really coming through with the audio version. Now we just need to get more radio voices. You know,
Yeah.
late night with
I'm
Colin
very
and
good at doing
Jay.
voices, Jay. You're very good at it. I'm not.
You can do the late night with Colin and Jay.
I just sound like a pirate.
Arr,
Arr.
maybe we be pirates on this show. Arr.
Pirates.
Or
Arr.
farmers. They kind of
Yeah.
sound the same.
Oh, like I've got a new friend, new Star Wars friend called Thomas. He's a farmer from
he?
Cambridge.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all like up Suffolk way, isn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
lots of yards around there, pig
Yeah.
farmers and that type of thing.
Yarp. Yarp. Anyway, right. What's going on around the rim, Jay?
What's going on around the rim? Well, you know what? Just this evening, a very interesting bit of information came out from the Hollywood Reporter, which is a pretty reliable source, and their sources are saying that Lucasfilm are in the earliest of stages of talks to do with an Obi Wan movie, and
Exciting.
yep, and they're talking to Oscar-nominated producer and director Stephen Daldry. Now, I'm not very au fait with his work, but he has done Billy Elliot, and he did a movie called The Hours, and then more recently he's worked on numerous episodes of The Crown.
He did Billy Elliot the film.
Yeah. But
Cool.
he's someone who's not shy to handle like difficult themes and stories with huge character development. So that's a good thing. As I say, I don't really know a lot about him, but some reports that I've read on this suggest that a lot of people would be quite happy about this. I mean, obviously he's Oscar nominated, just like Ron Howard. So they're obviously going for some directors with a bit more credibility from that sort of perspective.
Maybe they've learnt not to take risks on these dodgy new
Yeah, I mean,
directors.
if it was Obi Wan, I suppose Obi Wan's a much loved character, and they want to try and get him right. And yeah, as you say, maybe they've decided that they've had a few issues here, and so they want to try something more reliable, perhaps.
I must admit, I'd really like this Obi-Wan film to be quite stylized. Like it's either be a western or it be like some kind of thriller or something, a specific genre.
Well, because I mean, we know he's pretty much going to be on Tatooine, so I guess I would probably like it to be more of a western feel to it.
Do we know whether or not it is definitely set, at that time period, and it's going to have Ewan McGregor in? It's not going to be an early one or anything like that.
We don't know anything. All this will say is in the early stages of development that there's no script at the moment. If a deal is made, Daldry would oversee the development and the writing of it with Lucasfilm, writers and their story group and all that kind of stuff. And then it goes on to say that the Obi-Wan. And I mean, listeners should go and check out the full article on the Hollywood Reporter, so I'm just sort of touching on some of the key points that they made there. But they said that Obi-Wan is a standalone movie as one of several projects being developed by Lucasfilm and Disney that fall outside of the trilogy's telling of the Skywalker family. And then it says that Lucasfilm are also considering centering movies, which we've seen before, on Yoda. Please don't do that. And
don't do that.
And on
No, you must not.
and on Boba Fett.
I just hope this is a combined Obi-Wan Boba Fett film, like we talked about a few episodes ago. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, maybe because they did talk about. Do you remember that thing with Boba Fett and the bounty hunters? There was meant to be something where there was a story about a group of bounty hunters. Yeah,
that's what Colin Bunn wanted, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, but there was actually talk of that, right? So I think that's more what they're saying. So they go. There's 3 movies centering on Yoda, Boba Fett, among other characters. So, but they stress that there's no script, no actor attached, even though Ewan McGregor has said that he would really like to do this. He'd really like to be Obi-Wan again. There's no actor attached, but I mean that means it's in like literally talking stage, pretty much what we're doing right now. And they're like, hey, maybe we should do an Obi-Wan movie. This guy would be good. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to do an Obi-Wan movie. It's probably about there. I mean, you've got to have Ewan McGregor. Who else?
It's not worth doing if they don't use him. I don't think it's worth doing.
And he's the right age to do it. He put a bit of grey hair on him, and
you don't even need to do that because it doesn't need to be set bang on just before film, does it? It could be set anytime in that whole period.
Yeah. So you could do it at the age of where he is now, when Obi-Wan's that age, and I mean, I would like to see an Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor, as long as there's enough story. I mean, the thing is, I don't really want him sort of going off-world, because he was sent to Tatooine for a reason. So, what would he be doing there? Like, just taking down crime gangs, or, and he probably wouldn't be using the Force too much, because he wouldn't want people to know who he is. So, what would he be doing? Be like, Obi-Wan's walking around the desert, making a campfire of himself, and goes back to his house, goes to the market, buys some meat, comes home again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on what they come up with. I mean, it's got to be worthwhile, right?
Yeah. Actually, you're putting me off, man.
Sorry, but do you know what I mean? Like, because would you? Well,
because all the comics I went so far have just been little short stories, haven't they? In the books where he's just been doing little things and stopping, like you say, some naughty farmers and people trying to take the land.
But like, Obi-Wan was sent to Tatooine to watch over Luke, right? So you wouldn't really have him sort of going, right, well, I'm going on a mission somewhere else. And then he just gets in his ship and pisses off, in which time Luke gets slaughtered by Tusken Raiders. So he's got to hang around, right? He's not fighting Tusken Raiders the whole time. We're just like doing rodeo on Banthas somewhere.
Well, he has been shagging Jawas. That's what he's been doing.
Do know that. Yeah, maybe that's what it's about. Maybe it's a love story.
Yeah. It's difficult because, like, again, even if he stayed on Tatooine, he couldn't really bring much attention to himself.
No.
Because then they go, oh, where's that Jedi is? Let's go kill him.
Right. So and then would it be? I suppose he does talk to Yoda, right, when he's there. So, is it just going to be about him writing his? That'd be what it could be. The book that Luke reads. Right, it could be him writing his journals, and him thinking to a past mission.
No, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be Obi-Wan reading Yoda's journal.
No. Yoda got hit with a rock. Yeah, brilliant. Oh man, can you imagine? That would suck, wouldn't it? That would really suck. But yeah, I can't think what they would do with it. I mean, they're going to have to really work this one out. And then the reason I said all that stuff about him not using the Force and not going off-world and all that is because anything like that, fans are going to point out, right? I mean, we've just been talking about it now for like a couple of minutes without really thinking about it too deeply, and we're already coming up with that stuff. So they've got to really, really think this stuff through. It's a hard one to do. I think it's quite a hard movie to pull off properly.
Well, that's if they said it then. I guess they could do something completely different.
Yeah, yeah. But I suppose they could set it.
When?
Maybe they could set it. See,
During the Clone
you
Wars?
had the Clone War cartoons that filled in all that space, which are canon. So even then, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, but it's still it could quite easily be him on a Clone Wars adventure.
Yeah, it could be. And maybe they get Hayden Christensen back, and he's with
That would
Anakin,
be wicked.
right? Hey, I would
Get
be
the old
interested.
Marvel de-aging on.
Dude, I would be interested to see that with a different director.
Maybe you can see his love affair with Padme.
But Hayden Christensen can be a good actor, right? He has been
Yeah,
good
can
and stuff.
be.
So what I'm saying is, different director. What would they do with that? That would be quite interesting. And yeah, you're right. Maybe there was a mission that Obi Wan and Anakin went on that we haven't seen in the Clone Wars or something. You have a couple of clone troops with them. I'm sure Tamara Morrison would totally come back and do.
He's got nothing on, has he?
Right, as far as I know. So he'd come back and join.
Warwick Davis would be in it, I'm sure.
Of course he would. Yeah, he would totally be in it. So yeah, it could be something like that. And actually, I would be interested to see that. I would like to see Hayden Christensen come back as Anakin in a movie. And we saw him at Celebration. He could still play him.
Yeah, he's still alive.
But he doesn't look like old or anything. He could still play him.
Yeah, they could get away with it. Definitely, they could get away with it, especially with the old Marvel de-aging techniques they've got and things like that. If they needed to.
Yeah, if they needed to.
If there was a shot, a close up of his face, and he looks a bit wrinkly.
But I mean, they could do that anyway. They wouldn't even need to go too far with it.
And we could get Padme back.
That will never happen. They'd recast her. There's no way that she'd come back.
Why?
I think she hated it, and she's very serious these days. I don't think you'd get Natalie Portman back in Star Wars.
She'd love it. She wouldn't come back.
I doubt that very much. But so prediction.
She'd love that. Blood. If it was a decent script with her doing something decent in it,
maybe the director would be the thing that made her change her mind. Like,
I tell you who I do want.
Oscar-nominated director,
Kit Fisto, I want him.
Oh yeah, because he died really badly, like crap, right? I always thought he was well cool, and he just squealed and went down with one little slash.
I got one word for you, Jay.
Go on.
Ahsoka. Live action Ahsoka. Yes.
Whatever. Snips. But so prediction then, right? Because I know you give predictions that are definitely going to happen, right? So where do you think they would set an Obi-Wan movie then? What's your prediction for that?
See, this is the issue, right? Always in motion, the future. Difficult to see. It is. My gut says that they will try and stick it so that Ewan McGregor can pay him at the age he is, and so therefore it'll be Tatooine.
Yeah.
I'm praying that's not right. I mean, I think it'd be a much better film if it's set in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I now after this conversation, so do I. But anyway, I mean, you could mention it to Kathleen.
Well, I will have a chat with her. I'll see whether Pablo Hell No wants to have a go.
What's he gonna do? Just tell them, just pass on the information. Oh, okay.
He can decide, because he's the one who's got the brains. He's the one that knows where it can fit in.
He's only one of the story group, though. He's not like the head of the story group.
Well, he's the only important one.
He's the most publicly known one.
He's the face of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I
wonder if he's the best looking one out of them all. That must be one ugly bunch.
He's the one that they put front and centre. It's like, oh, you're the best looking guy, so we're going to use your face.
Yeah. Anyway, I bloody hope that happens. Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars. So I tell you what, that's the bit I'm really excited about for the Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Really?
Can't wait to play Clone Wars battles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them on the original Battlefront PS2 games.
Yeah, I always went for the Civil War era.
The best one was Camino. I loved it.
I used to think
Love
that
that.
was all right. That was all right. But for me, I don't know. The Clone Wars just don't do very much for me.
Rather. I just love the music from. I've got to say,
The
I
music's
love the
great.
music.
The music's great. It's John Williams. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, he does a
and it
great
was all
job
like
wherever he is.
the Fall of Anakin music. I just love it.
Yeah.
I'm like getting
You
shot in the rain.
you
It's
do have
cool.
a great singing voice.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. So
That's my
anyway,
new microphone. That's why.
that is your new microphone's doing it. It's auto tuning you.
Wow. Do you believe? Um.
Shall we
Okay.
go on to the next bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what's your next story, Jay.
So it's not really a story. It's just something that just came out as well. But Ron
Is it
Howard.
about Ron Howard's helmet?
It's about a helmet that Ron Howard showed everyone.
Love.
Um,
Ooh.
so
Is it shiny
it is very shiny indeed.
and
Yeah.
black?
Yep. Ron Howard shared a picture of a helmet, and it was on a control panel. And it's an Imperial Navy Trooper helmet, which is in the Han Solo movie.
That's my favourite helmet.
Is it? You like that one, do you?
Yeah.
It's quite cool. And yeah, you know, there's not much to that story other than...
There's a lot of detail in this helmet, actually.
Yeah, it's a very detailed helmet. I mean, we saw them all through the original trilogy. And yeah, it just shows that there's Navy troopers in the Han Solo movie. So, yeah.
I wonder if Clint's going to get a helmet.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not playing some kind of alien or space creature, maybe he's going to...
Or Space Baby. That's his default.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to be otherwise. Maybe he'll just be one of these troopers.
Homeless guy.
Yeah, just a bum on whatever, on Corellia, right?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
So yeah, so there was that. That was one story right there. That was the extent of the story. Are you happy to see Imperial Navy troopers in Han Solo? You excited about that?
Yeah. Of course I am. I anything that's classic Star Wars, mate, makes it feel more real, doesn't it? More authentic.
Mm. So yeah, it just tells us there's going to be a bunch of Imperials in Han Solo, which I guess we all gathered anyway.
Do you reckon Han Solo starts off wearing one of them? Like he's.
Well, you know what? It depends. I'm wondering like what stage of his life's going to be, because you know the old canon, well, the old stories always said that he was in the Imperial Academy and all that stuff, right? So yeah.
Look, we can't have a Star Wars film without someone dressing up as an Imperial, and
that's true.
So.
Or a First Order person now.
Well, you know what I mean, baddie anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get baddies dressing up as goodies very often, though, do you? Like, when was the last time that happened?
In Star Wars?
Yeah.
No, I can't think of an example of that.
So, Rebels are a bit deceitful, right?
Yeah, the Sith are meant to be the deceiving one.
That's what
they?
I'm saying. Like, they don't resort to these tactics.
Well, actually, Sheev. He's the naughtiest one of them all.
Yeah, but he's the only one, and like he was just being a politician, so really he wasn't even dressing up as a good guy.
Well, yeah.
So you know they haven't done it.
Well, I mean that's the closest you get.
Yeah.
Sheev.
Yeah.
Old Sheev.
Old palps. Yep. So anyway, the next thing that happened this week was the Star Wars Rise to Power mobile phone game was announced, which I'm totally uninterested in because I don't like playing games on my mobile phone. But anyway, it's from Lucasfilm and EA, and it's a mobile strategy game. Android users on Google Play can sign up to play a closed pre-alpha test. And if you qualify, you get to play the game and provide feedback and that kind of stuff. And EA say to visit their website and visit the registration page and put all your details in and see if you qualify to play. It's a strategy game, so maybe it's not going to be because I don't get like doing controls on a touch screen. I can't do that. You know,
on an iPad, it's all right.
Maybe, but I like a controller. You know. But anyway, so if it was a strategy game, maybe it'd be alright. At the moment, the only game I play on my phone is Mahjong. So maybe this can become a new one for me.
Well, I used to play. I can't remember what it was called.
The other one. The other one.
Not the Galaxy of Heroes one. The one before that, where it was basically you build your base, and then you take turns in people attacking it, and you have to defend it.
Oh, okay.
And then you go and kill some, and it's basically you have to build make your money, and you have to make your.
It's like Command and Conquer.
Yeah, and to be honest, I got really addicted to it for ages, and then one day I just didn't have time to play it.
Right.
And then my base got destroyed about 1 million times in that half an hour that I wasn't playing it. And I just couldn't be asked to do it again.
See, I used to like games like that on PC or on PlayStation, or whatever. But again, on the touch screen, I don't know. Maybe I've got like sausage fingers or whatever, and like things never go where I want them, and I'm like, damn it!
I mean, it was fine to use, but and the only other game I played loads was Injustice, the DC one.
Isn't that a fighting game?
Yeah, it's really good on the iPad.
Really?
Yeah, it really
How
was.
do you do the moves?
You got like about 3 different ways of doing it, like on the side. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not down with this touch.
I mean, it's not the same as obviously a console game, but
exactly.
So, but
I had the console game anyway.
Ah, right, okay. But you see, there you go. So people, want to get in there early. If you want to get in there early.
Well, I don't know. I still can't understand what this actual game is. So because they didn't really show anything, did they?
No, they just said it's a mobile strategy game. So,
well, it could be anything.
Well, it's a game that you have to do some kind of strategy.
You would argue most game has some kind of strategy involved.
Exactly.
You'd hope.
Yeah.
My strategy is to win, Jay. Wipe them out. All of them.
So, so there was that. So the next thing was, so Force Friday is going to be on the 1st of October. And
Force Friday.
Yeah, and Lego revealed a promo video on their Twitter suggesting that they're going to release their biggest ever Star Wars Lego playset. So their previous biggest one was Millennium Falcon at over 5,000 pieces. So this is going to be their biggest one, so even bigger than that.
What do you reckon it'll be?
Well, is it going to be something like Starkiller Base or a Mega Star Destroyer maybe?
I'd say...
Is it going to be Millennium Falcon?
I don't think it'd be Starkiller Base because most of it's a planet, and that'd be difficult to do as a Lego and look good, I think. Whereas, like, the Death Star was cool. I think it should be a full real-size Rancor.
A full life-size Rancor. See now, so I didn't
know.
Or
like a life-size BB-8 or something. That would be good.
Lego. That'd be good. I mean, the thing is, I'm not a big Lego person, right?
I'm not a Lego person at all.
But I've been to like different sort of shows where.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, not Lego shows, dude. Like at conventions and stuff like that, where they've had like Lego playsets out there, like Star Wars ones or whatever. And I've seen one that was like Darth Vader's Star Destroyer, and it was absolutely huge. So I'm guessing that's not one that you could buy. It's one they've just made for the shows then, because apparently
I've seen a lot of people do custom ones that they make themselves.
Right.
But I think you can get a Star Destroyer. I've seen a Star Destroyer.
But apparently the Falcon was their biggest one they've ever done. Which doesn't make
bigger
sense.
Bigger than a Death Star. They got a Death Star.
Death Star was only 3,000 pieces. The Falcon was 5,000. So
because the Death Star was in the Spider-Man film, wasn't it? All
was
the
it?
time. Yeah, they kept product placement.
It was. Yeah, his mate's holding it. Yeah, and they have all the old figures in the background as well, the Kenner figures and that. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, they're obviously not to scale because like the Death Star's smaller than the Falcon. So I guess you've got to pretend they're doing that's no moon. It's a PlayStation, space station, not PlayStation, in the background. So that's
the Slave one looked really good. So does Snowspeed does. I love.
My mate,
but the thing is,
he collects all that stuff, and he's got them all, and he's made them all.
I've got to say though, I'd rather just have a proper model rather than a Lego one.
I like ones that I can play
Look
with.
like the actual ships.
Yeah, but I like to have the figures as well that can go in there.
Yeah. We you get the Lego figures.
Yeah, but they suck. They're always smiling and stuff, and like they can't move. They're not posable. They've got like really limited movement. You know me and my posability of figures, dude.
I do know that. Oh well. Well, I don't know what it could be. Maybe our listeners could put their suggestions what they think it might be.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be something. See, the Mega Star Destroyer could make sense because obviously it's leading into the Last Jedi, and this is going to be, big new ship. So maybe it's going to be something like that. It's going to be something Last Jedi related.
Maybe it's going to be the island of a chew.
Just a whole island.
Yeah, covered in pogs.
Place that, with porgs on it. Just like hundreds of porg toys. Oh god, that would suck. I think there was I saw a picture in the week as well of the porg plush toy. They're already going to come out. The little cuddly porg.
Someone was telling me that they have got a major part to play in The Last Jedi, and that they're going to be as integral as the Ewoks were in Return of the Jedi.
Oh god, yeah, I heard this, but I heard it more as a question: are they going to be as integral as the Ewoks?
Maybe someone just can't read then.
Because if they are, that's going to be lame. Like these stupid little cuddly bird things are going to take down the First Order. That would just.
I can't see that they're going to do that again.
No, I don't think they will at all. I think that it's going to be a little bit more like we saw the picture of the one on the ship on the Falcon with Chewie. There'll be one little cute one that they decide to take with them because maybe Luke had befriended it because he fed it cheese or something.
Well, I was thinking that was actually Chewbacca's lunchbox. And he was just going to eat it later.
Maybe he is. But I think it'll have a cute moment, like where it does something cute, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want a toy of that," because that's what it's for, right? For little kids to want a toy so they can sleep with it and stuff. And that'll be about it. I don't think you're going to have like, ninja porgs or anything like that, just like pulling out like blasters and just shooting first order stormtroopers. Can you imagine? Like they're like really technologically advanced, and they're like armed to the teeth.
Yeah, I'm actually imagining Kentucky Fried Porg.
Oh yeah,
I could eat a KFC.
That's it, like a space station. Like they just have a fly through.
Yeah, fly through.
That'd be wicked.
You want fries with that? Right.
Next, more toy news. The BB-8 playset that turns into Snoke's throne room. Complete with a toy Snoke and Praetorian Guard.
I don't like playsets like that. I never did when I was a kid. Things that were like, because they used to do it for other things, didn't they? Like He-Man and stuff, where it was like a face and then the back of it was a build, some kind of set.
Well, they used to have things like Castle Grayskull and stuff like that. And when this
but that was actually a place, wasn't it?
When this is opened up, the inside of it is kind of like how the Castle Grayskull toys were.
That's fine.
Because
that's actually. But what I'm saying is like this, where it's a character, but then you look inside its head and it's a base. I hate that.
Yeah. I'm the same actually. I'd like the whole thing to just be whatever.
To look like a base.
Yeah. So the outside looks.
Or look like a character.
Because when your other figures are attacking, they're approaching now a giant BB-8 rather than Snoke's base. So anyway, it says it's
unless that's an upgrade, we're going to see in The Last Jedi a massive BB-8 is now the Resistance version of a Death Star.
Yeah. Can you
imagine? So anyway, it's so when it's opened up, it's his throne room, but it does kind of look like a Death Star, obviously because it's BB-8, so it's all rounded. But it's on the packaging. It's described as Snoke's Star Destroyer. So is this the Mega Star Destroyer? So Snoke's Star Destroyer playset. Is that the Mega? And
that's what we were saying. We thought it was going to be, didn't we?
No, that was the Lego stuff.
No, but last week we talked about the Mega Star Destroyer.
Oh right, yeah. So so it's got the throne room in it. So maybe he just goes around in this Star Destroyer. Like that's.
Wouldn't it be cool if after The Force Awakens, Snoke was so enamoured by the design of BB-8 that he decided to build his ship based on it.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be amazing.
It would suck. We'd be sitting there in the cinema going, "Oh, that is so gay," but at the same time, it'd be hilarious.
I'd love it. I think that'd be brilliant.
And he painted it white and orange as well, right?
Yeah. It matches pajamas that he wears.
His gold pajamas, yeah. Well, this throne room design on the cover of it and in the toy, it appears to have a torture chair in there, which apparently a lot of fans had spotted that torture chair in the red room on the behind the scenes footage reel that was put out. So maybe all that takes place in the throne room, but on the toy there wasn't a red room. There's just a torture chair there. So yeah, this is a new toy coming out. The figures aren't particularly posable. They're like the old style Star Wars figures, just like standing up straight. So it's certainly not a play set that I'm interested in, but I'm sure lots of kids will be at Force Friday or at Christmas. Probably at Christmas.
I'll take it off my wish list for you then.
Ah, okay. Is it on your wish list or
No.
my wish list?
No, it's not on my wish list.
Oh, okay. It's not on mine either, dude.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about Will the Last Jedi bring back the Death Star?
Will the Last Jedi bring back Death Star? I bloody hope not.
There was some leaked images or something. What was this?
Where are you seeing? Did I post this?
Yeah.
Did I? Oh, great.
On Monday you posted it.
Oh, that was ages ago.
Will Star Wars The Last Jedi bring back the Death Star?
I hope not.
Oh, it's comic book movie news. A load of bollocks, probably.
They have a lot of good stuff on there.
Starkiller Base was destroyed in Star Wars Force Awakens, but a toy points to Supreme Leader Snoke, calling a new Death Star his home.
Yeah, this is actually to do with this toy. It's because it looks like a Death Star when it's opened up. So that is what the question was.
It appears to be spherical in nature and has some similarity to the Death Star. So it could be that the mysterious villain calls a new version of the moon-sized base home in the highly anticipated sequel.
Yeah, but that's only because of what...
This is a non-story, like. Man.
Yeah, it's
I
just
fell for it.
That actually...
I fell for clickbait.
Well, that actually came out at the same time as this report.
Toy Story.
This toy, yeah. So when they...
Infinity and
looked
Beyond.
at it and gone, it's round, that's how they made it, is that what it is? But what happened was they released a box picture of the deluxe version, and it's a deluxe version that suggests that it's going to be Snoke Star Destroyer. But it actually calls it Snoke Star Destroyer, not the Mega Star Destroyer, so I wonder if they're the same thing or different. And finally, the last thing that I had on my list there was that Kathleen Kennedy, your buddy, way back at Celebration, had an interview with EW, and they asked him if Big GL still gives her any input into the Star Wars movies. And she said, not really, but sometimes he'll whisper something into her ear, and it's sweet nothings. But
I thought I was the only one who got to do that.
No, man, he's been doing it a lot longer than you, it seems. But normally he'll just whisper something specific or important to him about the Jedi or their training. So it's stuff that she can obviously relay back for when they're doing the movies. So it sounds like a lot of the stuff to do with the Jedi, maybe to do with what we're getting now as Grey Jedi, comes from George Lucas himself. Although I seem to think, and maybe I'm wrong, but years back I remember him saying something about there not being Grey Jedi. But maybe he's changed his mind about that now.
I'm a bit miffed, really.
About what?
Well, one, he's trying to get in on my cafe, and two, there's a quote here saying...
Is there something going on with you two that I don't know about?
No.
Okay.
I think he's starting to settle into this and just be a fan.
Yes.
You can't ask George Lucas to just be a fan of Star Wars. That's a bit rude.
Well, no, it's not that. What she said was that after 40 years, he's now got to the point where he can just start enjoying the movies as a fan, where he's not having to be so involved and he can sit back and watch them. But she also said that's been quite difficult for him to let go after all this time. But he's got to the point now where he has, and the only time that he really gives any information is when it's to do with the Jedi, because obviously his thought process about the Jedi and what they were and their philosophies and that kind of stuff was a major thing for him. So I guess with that, he's kind of like, yeah, the Jedi wouldn't do that, or yeah, they would do this. So he does give them input in that kind of stuff, but pretty much he's able now
faster,
to sit back.
more intense.
Totally, man. The Jedi would be faster, more intense. That's what he's saying. So now he can just sit back and enjoy the film.
Faster, more intense, Kathy.
That's what he whispers into her ear.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, dude, that's it for Around the Rim this week, man.
What a wonderful journey you've just taken us on, Jay. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. So, what have you got to talk about? Anything interesting? I'm sure you've got things to say.
I want to talk about a little comic that I read.
Oh yeah, what one's that?
Darth Vader.
What would we normally call this section?
Colin's Comic Reviews. Woo!
No, we wouldn't.
No. What would we call it? What do I call it now?
Colin's
Corner.
Comic Corner.
Oh, that's it. Colin's Comic Corner. Do, 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 do. That was almost Star Trek.
It almost was.
I've been watching loads of that recently. I've got to stop.
Yeah, don't say that, dude. Not on here. You know what those other guys are going to think.
Bloody JK. Anyway, I've been reading Darth Vader issue 4. Now, only last week I reviewed Darth Vader issue 3.
Only last week. I thought it was a fairly recent comic, but it had obviously been out for a while because issue 4 was out last week as well. So I'm already a week behind. But good, because it was a good cliffhanger and I want to get straight back into it. And so this one's called The Chosen One, right?
This one's called The Chosen One. And basically, where we were last time is that Vader had gone off to fight Master Kirak in Filler, who was on the Barish oath sabbatical from the Force and chosen not to use the Force. Vader was hunting him down because he wanted to nick his lightsaber crystal and kill him, and then turn his crystal into his red one so he could use it for his own new lightsaber.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that this old Kirak was a bit of a badass, actually. Super cool.
Badass, right? Because no one kicks Vader's ass like that, right?
Yeah, he was turbo good. And he was grey, looked like Panthro with long hair. He was just super cool. And I must admit, it got me thinking that I would actually like to see a lot more of this fella. And so I was actually quite pleased by it at the end of the episode of the issue last week, was because he'd pretty much defeated Vader, and it looked like, he might live to fight another day.
Mm-hmm.
So then I read this issue.
Right, and?
So, really good, right? It starts off, again, really, really nice cover, I better say. He writes it. Written by Charles Soule, pencils by Giuseppe Camuncoli, inks by Cam Smith, and the cover artist, I think, was Giuseppe again. So
I do like this cover. It's very cool, although Vader does look like he's been repaired.
He looks in a better shape than he did in the end of the issue, yeah. Definitely. But he still don't look in good shape.
No, he looks like he's injured.
Yeah, he just looks like he's injured. So, really cool bit. So, obviously, it starts off with Vader being injured. He'd fallen down this big hole and also that little robot thing that attacked him was down there. And it's quite cool because you see a bit from his point of view, like his little eyes, his little red eyes. You can see that all his hand is knackered and everything. And the other robots going at him, going, "Oh, the dark side, rubbish. You're rubbish." But what's really cool is Vader basically just uses the Force, picks up the robot, rips him apart, and then uses the Force to fix all his mechanical bits.
Awesome.
It's really cool.
Didn't he get his leg chopped off or something last week?
Yeah, he builds a new leg out of his other robot.
Cool.
And he repairs his hands and everything. It's a little bit unrealistic, but I mean, he's good with robots. He built 3PO, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it would have been cool if he ended up looking like 3PO at the end of it. That would have made me laugh.
That's the only thing he can build.
I wonder if he built BT, not BT, 000. I wonder if he built him. We don't know, but that'd be wicked if he did.
That would be cool, right? That'd be cool if he'd built them.
Maybe we'll find out.
I'm sure they'll tie it all together at some point.
Anyway, so he repairs himself, and in the meantime, old whatever his face is, what's his name? Gurak. He goes down to the actual town. He's obviously on some mountain, but he goes to the town, and it's basically all built round behind a dam,
right?
And this whole settlement. And he goes down there and goes, "Look, I need my ship. You've got it in storage. You've had it all this time." And the girl's going, "Yeah, I'll sort it out for you. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go and reignite the Jedi's," that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, Vader turns up, and they have a fight. And ultimately, Vader just proves his badassery because he fights him, then realises, a bit like General Zod in Superman 2, "Oh, you care for these creatures like pets," kind of thing. I mean, he doesn't say that, but it's very much in the spirit of that.
And that's totally something they should have made him say.
Yeah, it is something they should have made him say. So basically, starts throwing people off the bloody dam and stuff like that. And so Jedi Master's trying to catch them. And then Vader takes advantage. And then basically starts messing with the old actual dam. And he's got Kirak in a stranglehold, hovering above, just over the dam. So
like in a Force choke.
Yeah, like in the Force Unleashed video game. Now he used to lift people up and Force stroke them and then throw them.
So did Vader actually start beating him in the lightsaber duel, or did he just decide to Force?
Well, he didn't really have a lightsaber, but he used the Force a lot, which is cool.
Does he punch anyone?
No.
I was thinking that the other day. I was like, why doesn't Vader punch people? I think if he punched people, it would hurt. Anyway.
I imagine that he's got arm like Inspector Gadget.
Well, you would think.
Anyway,
I guess I'm just going to spoil it for you. He basically kills Matey Boy, but before he kills him, he destroys the dam and wipes out the whole town.
Well, why not?
Yeah, just because he can.
He's a Sith Lord.
It just shows you he's a badass.
Yeah.
It was just a badass comic.
So that must have been very sad for you when this dude died.
I was a bit gutted about that. But in a way, there was no way he could have survived, really, unless they were going to do a longer story arc about him. But
he gave it a good go, though.
Well, he made it 2 issues, didn't he? Well done.
And then we see that Vader gets a lightsaber.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's how. So, I mean, that's the cool thing is we know it's his lightsaber crystal and his lightsaber again. I mean, you don't want it to be a rubbish Jedi, do you? You do want it to be someone good.
That's true. And this guy did kick his ass, so he knows he's pretty good.
I mean, that's the only thing is he went from he really kicked his ass to Vader's just fueled by hate. I mean, it just shows you that. I mean, I do like this side of Vader that's been explored more, that he is just fueled with hate. That's what keeps him going.
Yeah.
They've made more of that, obviously, since the prequels, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I think in a couple of books they really pushed that, like the Lords of Sith and the actual novelisation of Revenge of the Sith, that kind of thing. That it really talks around that, and I do like that concept. So long as he's not whiny bitch
Well,
Vader,
he's got
he
far away
actually
from
is
that
just
now.
angry.
Yeah,
If he's angry, that's cool. If he's sad and angry, I don't like it.
yeah,
Don't like it. Don't like to think of him being sad. I like to think of him being angry. Like he's moved on from being sad. He's now just doesn't care, and
yeah.
he just wants to kill everyone.
Cool. Yeah.
That's
So
my Vader.
yeah, that's right. That's a good version of Vader. And I mean, I guess when we watched Rogue One and you got that awesome scene at the end, he was the Vader that was like filled with rage, right? Just like
Ragey
kicking
baby.
everyone's ass. So that's the Vader we like. That's the Vader I think people would want to see more of. And I
That's the
guess,
Vader I
yeah.
love.
And I
Late
mean,
night
yeah,
for Darth Vader.
late night love with Vader. Yeah, and I guess like
Don't make me
you,
destroy you.
I guess you get that in the comics more, right? Like that's the only place you're going to see it because they're not going to keep adding him to movies.
Oh God, I hope they do. I want him in every movie.
After the Rogue One bit, yeah, I would love to see more
I
of
want
that.
him in Caravan of Courage. I want him to remaster it.
Yeah, man, and Battle for Endor.
Yeah. Well, look, while we're talking about remastering films, do you wanna, let's have a quick chat about the new Empire Strikes Back version.
Yeah, yeah. So Adrian Sace, aka Adywan or Adywan, he has released the Empire Strikes Back Revisited, which is he had done the New Hope Revisited before,
That was
which
brilliant.
yeah, that is the only version I watch now because for me that is the best version. And so the same with the Empire Strikes Back. Of course, like this is all non-profit and it's been a labour of love. And I mean,
Is
you
it
can,
naughty or is it okay?
it's okay because he's not making any money off it, and you know it's just like a whole fan thing. It's labour of love. I'm saying, like, if you
But
follow him,
what is Lucas's film position on it? Because my view is it's stopping us from buying
I don't think it is. I
our
mean,
versions.
even if you follow him on Facebook and follow his page, it goes along with all the work they've done. He actually says on there the proper versions are the Lucasfilm releases by them. This is a fan edit, and I mean there are fan edits out there. There's loads of fan edits out there. He just really worked on it and has done a great version. I mean, I'll still
Taking
buy
a
it,
while, isn't he?
but he has to. I mean, the amount of work he's put in. I mean, they even filmed some extra scenes for this, which are like on Hoth. Like
Have they?
yeah, like
Have you watched it already? Then?
yeah, man, I've watched it. So they got like,
What's your review, Jay?
well, he got a whole bunch of people together. They got all the costumes and stuff. They filmed certain scenes on Hoth, and they're just little scenes
Did
in and
they
out.
did they do the live action version of Chewie sleeping with the Wampa?
You have to watch it to find out. But no, they've just got like there's a few bits with like rebel soldiers and that, and it's just like it just sort of fills out the battle a bit more. And like so when you see the AT-ATs coming in, there's more ATSTs in there. You see one get shot in the face by a laser cannon instead of the laser cannons just missing everything. And like there's one bit where where Luke puts the grenade in the bottom of the AT-AT and it blows
In the
up.
toilet bit.
Yeah, so you see like the ATST walking up behind, and then so on this version, as the camera flips around, you see the ATST coming along the side of it, and it kind of like looks up as the AT-AT starts falling, and it like crushes it as it moves down
wicked.
onto it. And it's
Just on a little sidebar, Jay. I really wish that the Robot Chicken Star Wars is canon because there's so many bits of that I actually take as real. Like there was that trooper having a shit when that grenade came in.
oh yeah, you got to take that as real. Hey, it's like troops, man. In my mind, Owen and Baru had a domestic and blew themselves up. Right, that's what happened. I don't care what anyone tells me. But no, I mean the revisited version is great. Even things like when you see the the scene where Han Solo avoids the Star Destroyers and they're about to crash, and you see them all from underneath. And
that's cool.
He's put like all the lights around the docking bays and stuff like that. It just like makes it a bit more right. The picture quality is great. The sound quality is great. I mean, it's the the Blu-ray quality picture. And he's
is
like,
it?
yeah,
Because the other one was only Blu-ray, DVD quality, really, wasn't it?
yeah. And he's really worked on the colours on this. So it's still got that blue hue to it. But the colours pop, man. Like things like Han Solo on Hoth.
For a long time, a lot of people didn't know if his jacket was blue or dark brown, right? So far as the Kenner toys made his jacket blue, but it's actually a brown jacket. But you can
Is
actually,
it?
yeah, you can actually see that it's a brown jacket now. But it still looks right. Yeah, it's done very well. And little things that made me so happy were Boba Fett's got his original voice back. It feels right for him to sound like that. And at the end, the Vader bit where it really fucked me off on the special editions when they changed it. But now he just goes, "Bring my shuttle." Awesome. That's how it originally was. That's how it should be. Because on the special editions, they made him pompous and drunk. So he goes, "Inform my Star Destroyer to prepare for my arrival." It's like, what? He wouldn't say that, especially as he's angry because Luke just got away. So bring my
I
shuttle
did like
works.
the whole him journeying to the shut to.
But that was just taken from Jedi, wasn't it? They
Yeah.
just took that scene and put it in. But it's not that, it's the "alert my Star Destroyer" line. I was like, that's just stupid. It's like, because you know when Luke jumps down the hole and Vader looks at him like, for fuck, like, I'm trying to get this guy to turn and he's escaped. I'm pissed off now. So when he always used to just walk along and his men are behind him, they're all scared of him and he's in a bad mood and he's like, "Bring my shuttle." It's like, "Yes, sir." I'll go get your shuttle. So I was happy to get that line back. And I know, like, ages ago when he was making this, I had left a message on his wall, which he replied to say, "Are you going to put Fett's voice back, and are you going to bring my shuttle back?" And he said yes to both of those. So I was very happy when I actually watched it over there. But yeah, it's excellent. The only thing that I would say maybe was a little bit too much was, and it wasn't
Dancing
a bad
Lobot.
No, is in the asteroid field. He's added more asteroids, so it's really cluttered. But all that did really to me was make me feel like Han Solo's even more of a badass pilot, because in this asteroid field he's dodging asteroids, and it's just like, okay, Han Solo's a serious badass pilot. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was excellent, and it's my favourite version now.
Was there more Lobot?
No, there wasn't. But you know what I say about these versions? This is what a special edition should be, because for me, the original Star Wars special editions feel like, hey, we've got some new technology. Let's just chuck some CG in here, and we can have some robots like
Well, that's what they were.
some farting robots and people falling over and stuff, and like that's pointless. But this feels more like if they sat down and thought about it and thought about what would enhance this movie, and it's not doing anything to change the overall story. It just makes it feel better.
The point of the special editions to me should have been to do the things that either they couldn't have done that he desperately wanted to do, or to fix things that they didn't quite do right.
Agreed.
That's what they should have been about.
Yeah.
As I said, not showcasing whole new scenes that are irrelevant.
Yeah. And I mean, Empire Strikes Back was the one that needed the least amount of work.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't much that needed done to it. So
has he still got all the Cloud City windows and everything?
Yeah. He's still left windows in there. And as I say, like, he really has just done stuff like to edit the picture, like the colours a little bit. Like, so when they come into Cloud City, like, it's dusk, so all the clouds have like this nice red colour to them.
Did he restore Han's boner on the carbonite?
He did, yeah. But there's little things as well, like the digital displays on the side of the carbonite. When Lando's like checking it to see if he's still alive, they look more like a proper digital display rather than how they originally looked.
Oh,
so
really?
it's just little touches like that throughout the movie. The colour is really nice. The colours are really good on it. The sound.
And so where can we get this, Jay?
If you go to his page on Facebook, there's an article there that just announces that it's completed. So it's the Adywan Star Wars Revisited page on Facebook, and it just tells you the links where you can get it from. So there's a few different sites that are sharing it. You can download it through a torrent site as well.
And it's for free, yeah?
It's for free, and there's no money going into it. He spent a lot of money to make it, but there's no money being made out of it. And it is really a fan making something that fans would want for fans. That's really what he's done, and hats off to the guy. I mean, he puts a lot of effort into it, and he's just taking like a couple of months off, and then he's getting straight onto Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Jedi
can't
is
wait
one
for
that I think needs quite a bit of work.
It needs a lot of work.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do you think he'll keep from the changes?
I don't think he'll.
Will he keep Jedi Rocks?
I was about to say I don't think he will.
Will he put the original music back in for the Ewoks at the end?
I think so.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I miss that music so much.
I wonder if I think he'll put Sebastian Shaw back in.
Yeah, I think he will. I would. Wouldn't you?
Would. Yeah, of course, because he was Anakin at the end.
Yeah.
So the last time he was Anakin, he was old.
I still don't mind the shots at the end of the film when they go to different planets. I just don't want that crap music.
Mm. We want Yub Nub back again. Right? Yeah, we want Yub Nub.
Yeah, nub nub, do up, do doop doop, doop doop doobie doop, doop 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 doop.
I'm gonna send you all the lyrics to that.
And I'm going to sing them to you next week.
You heard it here first, people. Colin is singing Yub Nub next week. I'm going to remind you. But yeah, I mean...
I might not be here next week.
You know what I would like to see in Return of the Jedi, and I don't know if the actual footage is available. I think it is. I've seen the footage, so it is. He'd have to clean it up a lot. But it's the scene, it is the scene where the Emperor tells Vader to remain on his command ship, and he comes back, and Gerard is there, and he stops him, and the Royal Guards point their force pikes at Vader.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I would like to see that scene put in. I think that'd be cool. And a lot of people didn't like it, but I really do like it as well. Is the bit where Luke's making his lightsaber, and Vader's going, Luke.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that, but I'm like, I thought that was cool, man.
What's wrong with it?
He's sitting in his meditation chamber and he's obsessed because he's holding his fists up, and it's like this dude is obsessed since the moment he knew his son was there. He's obsessed with finding him, and I like that. And I'm like, yeah, I want to see that back in there, because he's doing that all behind the Emperor's back, and I would like to see that put in. So I'd be.
But the Emperor knows everything.
Of course he does. Oh, that's the other thing he changed as well, which made me happy. When Vader's talking to the Emperor in Empire Strikes Back, the big hologram. So, obviously, when they did the special editions after the prequels had come out, they put Palpatine looking how he did at the end of the prequels, which didn't look like Palpatine from Return of the Jedi. It just looked like some dude wearing a rubber mask. So he's changed the Emperor now to be the Emperor from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, but it's still Palpatine, because originally it was a different actor completely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still Palpatine. He just looks more like the Emperor. And I like that. I thought that was pretty good.
So it's still him doing the voice and his lines.
The voice is the same. The voice hasn't changed. It's just the image is changed. Cool. Yeah. And if that's, I believe it's exactly him from Return of the Jedi. And if it's not, whoever he's got looks exactly like him. So, cool. Yeah, that looks good. So, yeah, totally check it out. And as I say, fans should check it out. Obviously, he does make a point to say, go out and buy the proper Lucasfilm released Blu-rays.
Yeah, buy the proper ones, man.
You got to keep... Because the thing is, movies cost a lot of money to make. So, they do a lot of marketing. I know that they make a lot of money out of toys, but we do have to fund it because we want to keep Star Wars going, man. And, Star Wars fans are happy to fund Star Wars. But, have this as something to enjoy. For me, this is my favourite version I've seen of the movie. So, that's just a personal choice. If you like it, watch it, check it out. It's well worth making. He's just done a labour of love for the rest of us.
Well, I look forward to watching it, Jay. Thank you very much.
Cool. Right, so, Colin, do you have anything else to add to this week's exciting episode? Or is that us done?
No, the only thing I'd just like to say, announcement-wise, is week today, tomorrow, which is the 25th.
It's your birthday.
My birthday, 24th. Thank you for even mine. Yes, presents are welcome. You want to send them? 25th is London Super Comic Con. I will be there for 3 days. So if there's any listens going, then hit us up on Facebook and let us know. And I would love to catch up with some of you.
How will they recognise you, Colin?
Well, on Friday, I will be wearing one of my patented crappy cardboard cosplays of Captain Atom. And then on the Saturday, I shall be Doc Ock.
And that is a pretty specially fantastic outfit, I must say.
Very kind of you to say so, Jay.
It's very, very cool. You know, you should start putting these into production, dude. You'd be like
I was thinking of making like a little go to cons and have like a stall and call it like crafty cosplay and do commissions for people and just make them their thing.
I'm not joking, man. Like, you need to get on this before anyone else does because you'd be a millionaire.
The thing, I don't think so. The thing is, they are crap.
But they're crappily awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know. Yeah,
they're designed to be crap, and they're not really a long term. You couldn't get many wears out of them. Probably one or two.
You couldn't get caught in the rain.
No, you couldn't. It's no good for the UK, really.
They're made for non-rain countries. They'd be great in California.
Yeah, like for San Diego or something.
Yeah. Right, anyway, so I think that's us for this week then, right?
Yeah, should we just give a little nod to the Taylor Network of podcasts?
Yeah, well, maybe we should mention a double-page spread as well.
Oh, yeah. They're coming up to our 200th episode.
Yeah, so congratulations to them all the way from here in the UK.
Yeah, really great. And again, another fantastic member of the Taylor Network of podcasts. Basically, Wendy interviews loads of great creators, really good in-depth interviews with those. There's really good people on there. Another great interview-based podcast is Sunday Comics, which Darryl does. Again, he's been hitting out of the park. This week he just interviewed Rachel, name I can't remember at the end, but she's basically an editor for Miller World.
Right,
so
cool.
Nice Brit. Really interested, again, something different, and not just like talking to a normal creator, but talking about obviously a bit of insight to Miller and what just happened with Netflix
right?
and all
That's
that.
so awesome.
Yeah, I love the Miller World books. They're really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been reading it.
I've read some of them, yeah. There's one out at the moment that I find quite interesting. I can't remember what it's called. Some sci-fi one. Looks really good.
Which one? There's Empress, which was Stuart Amon doing the art.
It's quite a new one. It's quite recent.
Yeah, that's probably the most recent sci-fi one. There's also Reborn.
It might be that one.
Which is about reincarnation one, sort of thing.
Is it? Okay.
Well, sort of. Not really. I've only read the first issue. Anyway, and then other great podcasts on there. Gotham by Geek. Go check yourself. No Apologies. Nothing's On. Culture Trapping. Power and Shift. All those great ones. Yeah.
Cool. And where else can they find us? They can find us on the Facebook group, Star Wars Conversations.
Yes, get on there. Come and talk to us on there. That's the best place to get to us. But we've also got Twitter and Instagram, and that's at Star Wars Convo, where you can send us a tweet, use the hashtag Star Wars Convo, join in the conversation, send me pictures, talk to me. I love it.
We have an Instagram account. We also although this is audio, it's going to be on YouTube as well. So like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be most appreciated. Whenever you can, leave us comments either on the YouTube or on any of the audio feeds that you get on iTunes or Stitcher or any of those, or even just leave us comments on Star Wars Conversations Facebook group. We'd love to hear from you. And you can find Colin on Twitter at
Captain Colin.
And you can find me at EagleEye1933. So, I think that's it for this week, right?
That is it for this week, Jay.
So, until next time.
Punch it, Chewie.
Don't get all mushy on me so long, princess.
Don't call me princess.